Green flag. Here's McCarthy and Fuller side by side. Meg Fuller gets a great launch out of turn 2 and down the backstretch and will take the lead in the number 2. McCarthy right there for second, and Tyler Chapman, as we said, going for win number 6, is up on the back bumper of McCarthy. Meanwhile, Nick Hovey down on the inside in the number 16, and trouble. Lap complete. Pace car is off. And the green flag is in the air. Work their way through the first and second turn and out of turn 2 down the backstretch. Meg Fuller will lead them down into turn 3. Nick Hovey has broken out to go to the second spot. McCarthy back to third. John O'Sullivan in fourth, and trouble for Tyler Chapman. Hovey in the 16 running second, Dalton McCarthy, and then the 15 of John O'Sullivan. 4-car race to the finish here as the pace car peels off, and we're back underway. Side by side down through the first and second turn, and once again Meg Fuller gets a great launch off of turn 2 and leaps into the lead in the number 2. Nick Hovey holds on to second. John O'Sullivan is third, and Dalton McCarthy fourth. Meg Fuller, a winner in the SK Light Modifieds here at Thompson during the World Series last year. She'd like to get back to victory lane, but plenty of competition with Nick Hovey, who's finished on the podium a couple of times so far in 2024. Given a challenge for the lead. And John O'Sullivan right there in the 15, looking for some running room as well. Here's Hovey with a look to the inside of Meg Fuller. Nick Hovey drives down, can't quite clear her, now does in the middle of the turn and pulls up in front to be the new leader. Nick Hovey out in front. In the number 16, Meg Fuller goes back to second, and John O'Sullivan third in the 15. They start to put some distance between themselves and fourth place runner Dalton McCarthy. Hovey trying to get away and open up a comfortable lead. Meg Fuller stays within a car length, and O'Sullivan stays there within striking distance as well. Down the backstretch. Hovey now by 2 lengths over Fuller. And John O'Sullivan taking a peek down on the inside, trying to take that second spot away. Hovey continues to open up the lead. Zips across the stripe to complete 9 laps. Hovey running about 0.2 of a second faster that last lap over Fuller, as here comes O'Sullivan trying to make a move down on the inside. Trying to get it done, and Meg Fuller hangs tough up there in the higher groove and holds off the challenge from O'Sullivan. But while that's going on, that has opened up the lead for Nick Hovey. Hovey's opened it up by several car lengths over the last couple of laps. And continues to be the fastest. And is proving that by the way he's opening up the lead, gaining about a half a car length every lap. O'Sullivan mounting a charge to go back for the race for second. Takes a peek down on the inside. Won't make a move this time by as they come around to get the cross flags halfway through the AZ Roofing SK Light modified feature. Big lead for O'Sullivan. Almost 2 seconds over Meg Fuller. And continues to drive away. The battle is for second. O'Sullivan sizing up the number 2. Going to try and mount a charge once again to take that spot away. Just 10 laps to go. Nick Hovey has set sail in that number 16. Comfortable lead. And the battle for second continues on the backstretch. O'Sullivan staying within striking distance. Following in the tire tracks of Meg Fuller's number 2. But not electing to pull out a line to attempt to pass. The lead has shrunk ever so slightly for Nick Hovey, but he's got a very comfortable lead out there in the 16. And John O'Sullivan pedaling as hard as he can to try and take a run on the number 2. Take that spot away. There'll be 5 laps to go when they come back by this time. Five laps to go. Nick Hovey large and in charge there on the backstretch. Meg Fuller has been able to hold off John O'Sullivan as he's actually put about a car length between them right now as the laps wind down. Only 4 to go. Still a car length remains between second and third. Only 2 laps to go. John O'Sullivan would like to close that gap and get up there and battle for second. Meg Fuller runs her line and is going to make John O'Sullivan work for it. As time is running out, the white flag goes in the air. One more circuit for Nick Hovey to win his first here at Thompson. And it looks like the battle for second is over as Meg Fuller's put some real estate between herself and John O'Sullivan. Meanwhile, Nick Hovey wins it. Meg Fuller holds on for second. John O'Sullivan third, and Dalton McCarthy will finish fourth.
All right, Nick Hovey, been close so far here this year. Obviously a little bit of a different race tonight, but man, it's got to feel good to get this thing in victory lane.
Yeah, last year we got 1 win out of all 3 tracks, and this year we're able to win all 3 so far, and we finished second every race. This is definitely great.
I know there's some people and some supporters you want to thank that have been helping you out.
First, I got to thank my parents. They do everything for me. I also got to thank Keith Rocco Racing. This thing's been awesome this year. RJ's Plumbing and Heating, Critical Science, Critical Screen Printing, Heidi's Creations, Sid's View for doing all the awesome content, Loaf, Busy Bees Learning Center, and everybody else that helps out.